Hey guys, and welcome back to Heart of the Game. Today I've started a new segment in the show called What's Up? And basically, this segment is gonna be a bit more or less constricting than the review concept. So I'm gonna talk about what I'm currently playing, what games is surrounding me these days, and what I think about them, and yeah, just talk about games. So recently, I've picked up a old game again called Xenogears. It's JRPG for the PlayStation 1, and I don't know what got me on the idea to play it again. I played this at a bit of a weird point because I played it straight after, or not straight after, but not long after completing Final Fantasy VII for the first time, and that was and is one of my favorite games of all time. But even then, of the caliber of what Final Fantasy VII was, Xenogears, oh my god, this is so good. It differentiates a lot from Final Fantasy VII in, like, you don't have the pre-drawn backgrounds as you have in Final Fantasy VII. They try to go with a different art style, so everything is like 3D environment, and you can like move the camera around, and your character can move more freely and jump around and stuff. But both Final Fantasy VII and this game is like it's totally different from each other graphically, because the characters here, even if the backgrounds are 3D rendered and is kind of technologically better than Final Fantasy VII, the characters were like sprites, like in the good old JRPGs, you know. So they were sprites, but you can move the camera around, and the sprites would have different angles, and it was very interactive. And I gotta say, the sprites in this game, all from the characters and the mechs. I love the thing I really love about this game is and one of the games that along with Front Mission 3 back in the day got me into mechs, because I really love mechs. And this is just a combination of a classical JRPG, but you can get into what they call in this game for gears, and you can use these mechs in battle, and it's just amazing. So picking up this game again, and this is my unopened copy of the game. And the weird thing back in the day, this game never came out to Europe. This is actually, even this is like an American version of the game. It came out in Japan and North America and never came to Europe. So I remember importing it back in the day, but my original game, the case is totally destroyed and doesn't look nice to show off at all, because yeah, time and wear and that, you know. But yeah, I bought it again, and so yeah, it was quite some hassle. I remember we imported the game, and you could get your PlayStation to play American versions if you went through some hassle. But yeah, playing this game, and then it got me thinking of the whole like Xeno series. Most of the games aren't even connected. Like, we have Xenogears and we have Xenosaga that came out to the PlayStation 2, which is actually, funny enough, a saga. It's 3 games. The first Xenosaga game, and then you have Xenosaga 2, and then Xenosaga 3. So I'm actually thinking about replaying all of these games eventually, because I haven't thought about these games for a long while, and or not the older games at least, but they're so good and they're definitely worth mentioning and talking about. So I'm actually gonna make a series review or something, because I'm actively game capturing while I'm playing Xenogears right now. And you have the Xenosaga, and of course you have Xenoblades Chronicles. This game, this is absolutely the best RPG game for the Nintendo Wii. It's hands down. You had this game, Pandora's Tower, and what's it called again? The Lost Story. All three of them good games, but Xenoblade Chronicles definitely my favorite out of those RPGs. And those I mentioned, the two other games I mentioned now, very good RPGs, and yeah, but this is absolutely the best one out of them. And that takes us up. Yeah, of course. I played this when it came out. It's like Xenoblade Chronicles for the new Nintendo 3DS. You have to have the new Nintendo 3DS to play it because you have to have the joystick. So I played that when it came out. Enjoyable game, and maybe that's what's been triggering me to think about these games again, because when the Switch came out, we learned that Xenoblade Chronicle 2 is coming out, and it looks amazing. I can't wait to get my hands on that game. And then we're gonna talk a bit about an overlooked game for the Wii U. Xenoblade Chronicles X. No connection to the original Xenoblade Chronicles, but it's not as good as Xenoblades or any of the other Xeno games in terms of story. But that can be totally overlooked because Xenoblade Chronicles X is definitely my favorite game for the Wii U too. It's amazing. It's like it starts out of like it plays a lot like Xenoblade Chronicles. It does, but not so story driven, more gameplay driven. And after you've played a while, you unlock these huge mechs, and you can. It's like an open world game, or open world RPG, and you can go around in these huge mechs and explore, and eventually you can fly with them. You have to pour a lot of hours, and it's a lot of thing to learn, but once you master this game and get into the real meat of the game, this game is absolutely amazing, and I couldn't recommend it enough. So yeah, I'm gonna play through, because I finished Xenoblade Chronicles X, of course, but I haven't played a lot of the endgame content. And I've been actually playing it a bit recently, and I've been game capturing a bit of the endgame, so really want to make a review for this one. Absolutely great game, and yeah, all of this thought pattern started with me thinking about Xenogears. Absolutely amazing game, and I think I'm even enjoying it more because I've only played through this once after we got the game, and I didn't appreciate for what it was at the time as much as I do now, and I think I have to say one of my favorite RPGs on the PlayStation 1. Definitely. So yeah, so what else have I been up to? As I mentioned in my latest review episode, I've been playing a lot of Path of Exile, and I still am poured a lot of hours into this ladder or league. So yeah, that's been quite time consuming, but in a good way. I really love the game, and my friends are loving it at this moment. And even a lot of my friends that actually haven't played it that much before has jumped into the game now. So we're like a whole bunch that's playing together, trading items, helping each other out. It's just a really enjoyable game. And yeah, as always, you probably didn't know this about me, but I'm also hugely into MMOs. And the MMO I've been playing since it released, was World of Warcraft Legion. So we're progressing in the Tomb of Sargeras right now. So shout out to my guildmates, and hope we progress good tomorrow. And let's see here, yeah. And here we have some really good stuff. And I have to give a big shout out to my brother for bringing these games to me. After I got this big interest of not just playing games but collecting games, I actively collect games. I go around to flea markets, game specialty stores, hand-me-down game stores and stuff like that. Always hunting for those hard to get games, or at least I don't collect like every game I see. I don't need to own it all, but at least like RPGs and games that I thought was really good back then, or games I wanted back in the day. I'm trying to get all those, so getting all my favorite games, and I like to get them like unboxed as well, unopened, you know. So a lot of games that I was totally obsessed about as a kid, I've actually been on eBay or other sites and actually gotten an unopened game for that as well, even though I own it from before, just for collecting purposes. It might seem a bit crazy, but that's just how it is. So yeah, a big shout out to my brother Tom. He's been actively helping me collect again, and helping me with his own personal collection and giving them to me. He just really likes to help me out with my collection. So one of the games he brought for me is an old PC game called Lands of Lore 3. I actually lended this game off him back in the day. So I remember we playing this game one summer. It was old back then too, but this is the first Lands of Lore game I ever played. I played 1 and 2 now on good old games. You can get them all Lands of Lore series there. But this was my first one, and I really think it's a cool game to have and to collect, because some of the older PC games are getting rare too. So people don't actually think of them like in collection value as big as console games, but this game is really cool. So I got that of him, and I gotta really thank him for this. Where to start about this game? Of course, I'm gonna make a big review about this game. This game is called Planescape Torment, and it's just fantastic. If you don't know what Planescape Torment is, then you gotta check it out. It's one of the best RPGs ever created on the PC, and it actually got like a spiritual successor, or a thematic successor, I think they call it, Planescape, the Tides of Numenera or something. I haven't actually played it yet. I've seen there have been some mixed reviews about it, so I haven't picked it up, but they actually came out with an enhanced version recently for Planescape Torment, so you can get that on Steam or Good Old Games and pick it up there. So wow, this game, like the only PC RPG I think that comes higher than Planescape Torment for me is actually the Balespawn Saga, or the Baldur's Gate series, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and all the expansions and all that. Really want to make a review of that game too, but many see this as the best RPG ever, and it's hard to disagree. It is really good and a really unusual story, but a really good game. What else do we got here? Another PC RPG, Might and Magic 6: The Mandate of Heaven. One of the best Might and Magic games, you might know. Not my favorite. This is my brother's favorite, and actually just gave this to me. And my favorite in the series is Might and Magic 7 for Blood and Honor. I think that is basically just mostly nostalgia tied, because I didn't play Might and Magic 6 Mandate of Heaven like long after I played Might and Magic 7 and even Might and Magic 8. But it's a really good game, and some of the fans of the series will tell you that this one is the best one. So yeah, a really cool game this too. And yeah, what can we say about this game? Came out for the PlayStation 1 as well. Blood Omen: The Legacy of Kain. It's an action adventure hack and slash game with RPG elements and huge exploration. You wouldn't believe the secrets that's hidden in this game. And this is like the first game of the Legacy of Kain series, and it's amazing. It's just the friggin' best, and gory and dark, and Jesus, it's no wonder I had nightmares when I was a kid, because I played this game and like, I know like today the graphics aren't that good and stuff, but Jesus, and the descriptions of the spells and everything, oh Jesus, check that out if you don't search up Blood Omen Legacy of Kain spell explanations, and Kain, you can probably find them somewhere, and Kain will explicitly explain how the spells work. It's freaking amazing. My brother brought a lot of other games, but these are the games I wanted to show to you, and yeah, I actually didn't own this. My collection is very fleshed out when it comes to PlayStation 2 games, but I actually didn't have Blood Omen 2. Not a favorite in my of the series, but it was cool for what it was. It's like a spin-off, but not quite, a side story to the Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. Actually came after, yeah, of course, the Soul Reader series, because the first game of that was for PlayStation 1. But a decent game, as I said, not my favorite, but quite enjoyable. I like my time playing it. So yeah, that was the games that my brother brought to me here the other day. Amazing, really got to take my hat off for him for bringing me these games. Yeah, just love it. Another game that I picked up recently, that I played back in the day as well. I've been pouring hours and hours into this. Final Fantasy 12, The Zodiac Age, and it's a remastered version of the original Final Fantasy 12 for PlayStation 2. There was, because the main difference in this game compared to the old one was the job system. Actually was another version of Final Fantasy 12 for the PlayStation 2 as well that had the job system. This game had, I don't remember the name of it, but it's based out of that, and it's not my favorite Final Fantasy game. It was kind of cool to play in the world of Ivalice that you're in Final Fantasy 12. I was first introduced to that world through Final Fantasy. As I said, I'm a big Game Boy Advance gamer and have a lot of Game Boy Advance games. And I first got introduced to the world of Ivalice through Final Fantasy Tactics Advance for the Game Boy Advance, of course. And it's the same kind of world, and the judges are the same, and the same kind of creatures and looks and stuff like that. But yeah, I remember it took me a long time to complete the Final Fantasy 12 the first time. Mind you, I didn't play Final Fantasy 11 because that was an online game. I never tried a Final Fantasy online game before Final Fantasy 14 or Realm Reborn now, which is a really good MMO, by the way. But I eventually finished it because it was a huge step, like coming from Final Fantasy X, that was like the single player Final Fantasy game before this one, Final Fantasy 12 on the PlayStation 2, and it was really different. The combat system was really weird compared, it wasn't like turn-based anymore, it was like, but it was good in a different way, and I even enjoy it more now than I did back in the day. Really good game, really like that they added so that you can go faster in the game, 2x speed or 4x speed. The only reason why I haven't finished this yet is because of Path of Exile, really, that I've been playing that so much. But I'll definitely pick it up when I'm like done with Path of Exile again. So yeah, that's what's up with me. My thoughts, the games that are surrounding me and revolves around me these days. So, as I mentioned in my last episode, I'm going to make a review of Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and I actually haven't finished it finished yet. We're like me and my girlfriend are in the last part of the game right now. But what actually happened is the Marvel Defenders came out, and we wanted to see that, but we were like, oh shit, we're just like on episode 8 of the Iron Fist, so we got to complete that before we finish watching or start watching Marvel the Defenders. So we've been trying to power through. We actually just watched the last episode of the Iron Fist now. Good show. Looking more forward to the Defenders though, you know, Jessica Jones and Daredevil and Luke Cage. All of them like gathering up. Can't wait for that. Yeah, so that's the reason I haven't been able to finish it, but we have a plan to finish it tomorrow. So I'll probably have my episode ready for you guys on Wednesday, sometime on Wednesday. So thank you for tuning in to this new segment of mine that's called What's Up. I really wanted to do this segment because it's a bit more free speech than like just talking about one single game, and just talking about my love for the games. And yeah, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.